Charcoal. Gasoline and car oil mingled with the smells of sweat, urine, and instant noodles. The clonking of the hydraulic lift clashed with the loud rock music coming from the stereo of a white Chevy. Satish banged on the roof of a car. "Anybody home?" A grease monkey with gray eyes and unshaved cheeks emerged from behind the open hood of an old Mercedes. He lifted his chin, sized us over, and drawled an unsentimental, "Can I help you?" while wiping his hand with a ragged cloth. He looked like the kind of guy who would have shouldered through a swinging door of a saloon and fired 4 rounds at the bar. "We're looking for Mr. Carmelo." Satish flashed his badge. His body slouched into the casual stance of a routine chat over a stolen car. Mechanic Joe frowned at the LAPD tins, then craned his neck toward the back of the shop. "Johnny," he called, shoving the cloth in one of his pockets. I caught a swift movement behind a VW camper covered in derogatory bumper stickers. The squeaky hinge of a back door set my adrenaline off. "He's making a break," I yelled. I ran to the car. Satish bolted to the back of the building to give chase on foot. "I just hired the guy, I swear. I know nothing about the man." Mechanic Joe's apologetic yapping trailed off. A clean sheet and a dirty conscience. Or maybe just a crackhead high on dope. I whipped the Charger around the block and entered a construction zone littered with metal bins, wooden pallets, and steel construction pipes piled up along the right lane. Carmelo jumped into the street and delved into oncoming vehicles. Satish huffed behind him. Startled, the driver in front of me hit the brakes, sending his car over a row of traffic cones. Carmelo knocked over a plastic barricade, leaped over the pipes, and then pushed them into the street in a cacophony of clangs. I stomped on the accelerator, yanked the wheel left, and slammed on the brakes. The Charger spun to the side, flung against the rolling pipes. I groped for the door handle and yanked it open while radioing a code 3 to request backup. I got out of the car and broke into a run. By now I was pissed. My shirt was drenched in sweat. I cursed at the asshole for making me run in this heat, and at the LAPD etiquette for imposing formal attire and dress shoes. Carmelo vanished into the shadow of an underpass. Satish followed. By the time I got there, I spotted Carmelo do a 180 around the corner and pull 3/4 of his trigger. "Satish!" I yelled 1 second too late. As soon as there was enough cop to shoot, Carmelo fired. Satish jerked backward and keeled over. The next bullet grazed my ear. I held my Glock on target and fired 4 rounds. The gun recoiled in my hand. Carmelo curled into a question mark and flopped into the sidewalk. One by one, the spent shells dropped to the ground. Yet I kept shooting, intoxicated by the smell of blood and the rattling of fire, as if every bullet sinking into his body had the power to rewind time, to fix my own failings. Revenge hardly mends anything. The son of a bitch you want to crush does not exist. The son of a bitch is your own self. The muted clinks of the trigger startled me. My fingers so tightly wrapped around the grip it hurt to slide them out of position. I holstered the Glock and inspected the body. Blood sprawled across his chest and drenched his dirty overalls. The scent was warm and inebriating. "Careful now." I prodded his left hand with the tip of my shoe. No watch. I moved my eyes quickly, searching. No rings on his fingers, no laces on his shoes. I had to find something, anything. I slipped a hand into his pocket, felt something hard, grasped it, and slid it into my jacket. The wailing sirens of backup broke a surreal silence. I scrambled by Satish's side and slid 2 fingers around his neck until I found the faint trace of a pulse. "Code 3, officer down," I barked into the radio. "My partner's down. Get a fucking RA unit now." Man down. One of our own. My partner. I let my partner get shot.